Good morning, Kenosha. How was your weekend? Welcome back to another weekly Kenosha market update. I hope you had a great weekend. Ours was pretty good. Didn't do a whole lot. Spent some time with the family. So what is the Kenosha market doing this week? If you've been sitting on the sidelines waiting for prices to come down and inventory to come up, you may be making a really big mistake because we're seeing the strongest seller's market that we've seen in a really long time here in the Kenosha market. So let's see what it's been doing. If you've been thinking about buying or selling a house or investing or just relocating here to the Kenosha market, I help buyers, sellers, investors, and people relocating here to the Kenosha market just like you every single week. So reach out to me at 262-331-1621 or any of the contact information down here in the description of the video. I'd be happy to help you out any way that I possibly can. So let's go. Let's take a look at the numbers here. We will start here at the market action index number. It is at 60 this week. It is a jump from last week. Last week it was at 57. So as you can tell, we are in even more of a seller's market. Our seller's market is getting stronger and stronger here in the Kenosha area. But why is that? So we'll dive in deeper into why that is this week. But basically it's because inventory is going down and prices are going up. So sellers have even more of an upper hand here in the Kenosha area. So the market action index number is at 60, deeper into the seller's market here. So median list price here. So the list price of new listings here in the Kenosha area is up to $500,200, up from $450,000 last week. So the median list price of all the new listings that came on the market last week is going up. So like I said, if you're sitting on the market waiting for prices to come down, it's just not happening. Houses are getting more and more expensive here in the Kenosha area. So if you're waiting for that market crash to happen, I don't see it happening anytime soon, but nobody has that crystal ball. I mean, you never know. It could happen tomorrow. It could happen in 2 weeks. The tariffs that Trump is putting in place, you never know what could happen. We are seeing the interest rates start to fall a little bit. They're down to like 6.8% right now is the national median average for interest rates. So you never know what could happen with the housing market. But here in the Kenosha area, our hyper-local market here, we are in a very strong seller's market. So the median price of new listings, this will come me a little bit off by surprise here. So this is down to $274,900, down from $549,900, $550,000. So why did this go down? So the main reason that this went down is because of inventory. There is just no inventory. I'll show you later on at the end of this video why this went down. There were just no new listings in the Kenosha market, in the city of Kenosha. So because there were very few new listings, there just wasn't enough data to support this. So because there was such a few number of new listings, this number just wasn't very high. This number is just all the new listings that came on the market last week. This is how they come up with this number. And all the new listings that came on the market last week were basically sub $300,000 listings is what they were listed at. And I'll show you guys at the end of this market report. Price per square foot is up to $245 per square foot, up from $240 last week. Average days on market here is up to 154, up from 132. Now, average days on market, I'm kind of surprised that we keep seeing this go up. Now, this is from the day it's listed up to the day that it closes. I would expect that we'd be seeing this go down as we're in such a strong seller's market. So I looked at the hot sheet this morning. There were 48 new listings from Friday until yesterday. 48 new listings, and of those 48 new listings, there are already 15 that are under contract. So 15 are already under contract over the weekend that you can't buy anymore because they've already accepted an offer. That's how hot of a seller's market we're in right now. Over the weekend, there were 15 houses already snatched up by buyers. So I would think that this would be trending downwards instead of going upwards. But for whatever reason, there's houses that are sitting on the market for really long days on market, pushing this upwards. And it's also doing the same thing with the median days on market, pushing this upwards to 60. Up to 60 from 49 last week. Price decreases is at 29%. It was at 29% last week. So we would like to see this around that 10 to 15% mark. So still a little bit high, but the fact that it's holding steady is good. It means that sellers are pricing their houses correctly the first time and not having to decrease their houses, the price of their house, that entice buyers to come back and take a second look and put an offer in. Price increases is down to 3%, down from 4% last week, which means that there just weren't any or as many mistakes last week on pricing. Builders didn't make a mistake when they listed the house the first time and had to delist it and relist it again at a higher price. Relisted is up to 21%, up from 12% last week. So that's a pretty big jump here. This is the number of houses that were expired, didn't sell for whatever reason, and relisted either by the same agent or a new agent. We like to see this around that 10 to 15% mark as well. So the fact that this is up to 21% is pretty high for our market. We like to see this quite a bit lower. This will probably come down as the weeks go on. Now that we're in the spring selling market, I'm not too surprised to see this a little bit higher. Inventory, like I said, is down to 34, down from 41 last week. This is probably pretty much the bottom of the inventory level. I don't think we'll get too much lower than 34. If we get too much lower, then I don't know. There's just literally no houses for people to buy. So if we get too much lower, then we're really in trouble. But 34 houses for people to choose from. Like seriously, I'm working with probably 5 to 10 buyers right now, and then almost every agent that I know of is working with at least 3 to 4 to 5 plus buyers right now. So you multiply that by the hundreds of agents that work here in the Kenosha racing area. There's just not enough houses to go around. So hopefully inventory starts to pick up here pretty soon. I don't think it will, but you never know what will happen. Rent is holding strong here at $1,950, $1,950, same as last week. Market action index number. The now pull a chart here. I just left it here at the median list price. You can see it's shooting straight up, almost a straight line up. So I said that number up here, the median price of new listings. This is why it is at such a low number, because there were literally no new listings last week. So I don't think this is completely right, because when I was looking at the hot sheet last week, there were several listings that were in all these other price points, so I'm not sure why I didn't pull them in. But according to this data, there were only 2 new listings last week, and they were all listed under $300,000. But as you can see, according to this data, there were only 2 new listings listed under $300,000, and there were 9 listings that sold last week. So as you can see, there's a deficit in listings in the Kenosha market. This is just the city of Kenosha, but this is countywide, Kenosha countywide, as well as Racine City, Racine County. This goes all the way up to Milwaukee. This is all of Southeast Wisconsin. We need more inventory in all of Southeast Wisconsin, as well as Northeast Illinois. So if you're looking to buy in Southeast Wisconsin or Northeast Illinois, or you're looking to sell, please go ahead and give me a call, shoot me a text. I'd be happy to talk it over with you, see if selling is the right option for you right now, or maybe we should perhaps wait for a little bit. I just had a seller consultation last week with a seller that really needs to sell because of financial issues, but he's not sure exactly where he's going to go, because he doesn't want to give up his fantastic interest rate, and he's not sure if he can afford these crazy rent rates right now. So we're just going to kind of hold off for a little bit and see what happens. I'm not sure how long we're going to hold off for, but we'll see what happens and see how his financial health does, if he needs to sell a little bit quicker and just bite the bullet and do something, or if he can hold off for a little while and hopefully rent prices come down. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm hoping for the best for him. Hopefully we can find him an apartment that he can afford in an area that he likes, but I don't know. Who knows what will happen. But I hope that you guys found this market report informative and helpful. If you guys have any questions at all, I help buyers and sellers every week, just like you, buy, sell, invest, and relocate here in the Kenosha area. I'm happy to help in any way that I possibly can. Give me a call at 262-331-1621, or contact me at any of the information down here below in the description of the video. I hope you guys have a fantastic week, and I'll see you in the next video.